Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel and welcome to your daily energy check-in. As always, we'll be looking at the energies of divine feminine and divine masculine collective, and we'll definitely see how they see in the connection, what's happening right now with the energies, and we'll get an answer to an additional question on the journey. What is the topic that is being covered right now that we should be focusing on? So it's another sunny day in New York, as you can see. Beautiful weather still, a little bit cooler than yesterday, but you know, when you get a weather of like 74, then you can't really complain that it's a little bit worse than 78 that we had yesterday in November. It's unheard of. But yeah, anyway, it's a beautiful day, so let's see what's going on in the twin collective at this time. And again, I apologize in advance for the sirens. There is no way for me to mute them, to avoid them, to wait them out, because they're just constant. Yeah, it's just part of the vibe of the city, I guess. So today I brought, or already have an oracle message. You know I like to start with an oracle message. Today I've got the oracle of the fairies with me. Well, I mean, I have a limited amount of decks with me, but I actually almost forgot that I brought this deck. It's such a beautiful deck, and I feel like I did a long rant yesterday about the whole idea of staying grounded and finding your goal, your aim, your path, even if the outside world seems to not reflect what you like or be a lot darker, that is comfortable for you. And we talked about it in the context of the elections. So if that's something that's valid for you, please go back to that reading from yesterday, that video. It's at the beginning of the video, and there's a lot more substance there on the topic. But yeah, I feel like regardless, we need a word of support at this time. So that's why I feel like this deck is really fitting really well for the read today. And I just love the cards, so I'm gonna pick it up quickly and we'll see what we have for divine feminines watching. Of course, there's gonna be a new episode of Mindfully Awake tomorrow. It's a show that I'm doing every week with Bold and Brave TV on mindfulness and wellness. Yes, tune in at 6 p.m. EST. I will let you know tomorrow what the topic is, because I'm still deciding between the two. And this will be a live episode, so I'm going to be doing it tomorrow night. I'm going back to my place for a few reasons, but this is one of them, to be able to tape my show live from there. Next week I might go with this place. Just have to pre-record it, because yeah, when it's dark, this place is not great lighting wise, and 6 p.m. EST is already dark. We're in that part of the year. So let's see what we have. And of course, if you like my videos, don't forget to like this one, and subscribe to my channel, and share and comment, do everything. All right, so we have wish wisely for the feminines watching. Use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. It's very interesting, the concept of like use your wishes wisely. It almost like be careful what you wish for, but a little bit more fairy tale aspect of it, you know, like kind of like you know, you need to use your power for good, not for evil kind of vibe. But yeah, whichever spin you want to put on it, it's about being authentic with your wish. It's not about what would look good for people around you. It's not about what I don't know, your partner or your children or your parents await from you, right? It's about what your heart's true desire is. And important part, of course, of the manifestation is taking action towards that desire. Let's see what we have for divine masculine collective. Okay, that's too many things, so let's try again. Maybe I'll just pull one out. We have hope. Hope is always there, even if we can't see it. Optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation into a positive one. I believe I just had a hope card from the Ascended Masters the other day in the daily read. I also do daily shorts for those who are new to my channel. So subscribe to get like a quick pick me up, a quick wisdom, words of wisdom kind of message as a short, so it's up to a minute. It's also on this channel. So yeah, very interesting. This is also a little bit of a fool's journey, like a fool card in tarot. You know, when you start new and you're supposed to have that hope, to have the enthusiasm, the fuel to take you forward. Optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation into a positive one. Okay, great start. They're actually interesting that they're somewhat similar in the colors, especially with the purple and dark blue, the feminine chakras being active right now. We're fast approaching 11/11 portal, by the way. It's a very special portal for twin flames. If you know, you know. Alright, if you've been on a journey for a while, I'm sure you know, and it's connected, of course, to like the whole 11/11 concept and the time 11/11 that you may be seeing, the angel number, all of these different things. But yeah, like essentially 11/11 portal is the representation in time, in calendar, of that idea, of that aspect. So usually people do a lot of different things like rituals, you know, different kinds of practices to get guidance and clarity, and also of course to send that manifestation into the universe of like, this is what my intention is on this twin flame journey. And of course for a lot of people it's towards their divine counterpart and being in union and being in harmony and expanding the relationship, whatever it is, right? But it's just as important, just a little hint for you guys, just as important to set some intention towards your own development and your own growth. If you're a light worker in a twin flame, there's a lot that's expected from you in terms of your, you know, light worker mission here, in terms of the light you're exuding, you're sharing just by with your presence, just by being in a space. So, you know, then those are things that are also important to continue taking care of and continue expanding. So I would highly recommend set some intentions and get some clarity in that area as well. That would do you good. Let's put it that way. And you may not see in the moment how is it connected to being with your twin flame, but I can guarantee you there is a direct connection. And that's gonna be part of the stories that you'll be telling later on of your synchronicities with your person, of how much topics that seemingly had no connection to each other or to a relationship or whatever else actually had everything to do with it. Anyways, let's go with our tarot spread. I continue using this Spellcaster deck this week. Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So there may be a desire to escape from the problems right now, from the toughness, and it doesn't just mean elections, of course. I can already sense that some people immediately went into that, but you know, in this Scorpio season, like Scorpio is the sign that goes very deep. It feels deep, it's just very deep generally, right? And it's no coincidence that it's got Death in Reverse card as its symbol in tarot. So, and also Judgment card, right? All of those are like this huge transformational things. And it's not something that you can just digest easily and be like, oh yeah, I got it, now I'm a new person. It's all great, right? In the moment, it may be very overwhelming to work with that information, to understand how to apply it, to maybe even understand that you had it wrong before, or some of the steps you were taking actually were not correct, and you almost like have to go back to a certain degree and then go into a different direction, right? And that may be devastating. So just be kind to yourself, and yeah, as much as you can, go into the healthy resolution of any kind of anxiety or, you know, triggering reaction that you may have may want to have. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, this is like work on it, you know. It's not just magically gonna happen that, you know, everything is gonna resolve itself, or you raise your vibration to a certain degree through meditation, and then you don't need to worry about anything else. Remember that body, mind, and soul, they go in union together, right? You're supposed to take care of all three of those. And yes, we know that by impacting one, you impact all three, but it doesn't mean, first of all, that it happens for the same issue and on the same level on all three levels. And on the other hand, there's different density to these modalities, you know, to these energies. That's why we talk about 3D, 4D, 5D. Essentially, that's what it is. So it's a very different way of communicating a similar kind of idea. So even if you feel like you've healed some kind of pattern, it's not necessarily that it's going to get automatically communicated. That healed version is going to, you know, you're going to upgrade to that healed version on each of the three levels automatically. So important to give yourself attention in those areas all the time, consciously. Feminines, your cards are Two of Swords clarified by Ace of Pentacles. So the Two of Swords in this case is telling me that there is a hesitation before taking a step forward and starting something new, something important, something that's gonna, you have a feeling like deep down you know that it's gonna change your life so much, and there is this fear of like, I don't know if I'm ready for it. I won't be able to undo it once I start, you know. I put myself out there, and you know, I can't pretend like it didn't happen. You know, people are gonna know what I've been up to, or you know, I'll have to stand behind my words and do what I preach and stuff like that, you know. Or I'll have clients and I'll need to work with them. Am I ready for that? There is a certain amount of fear for that, but I would just say I suddenly remember the phrase like pre-wedding jitters. It's like, you know, it's like when you have that special, beautiful milestone coming up in your life, and you know that it's great, you know that it's right for you, but there could be like those jitters of like, oh, I don't know if I'm there, oh, I don't know if, like, it's so special that you want it to be perfect, and you're starting to overthink. That's what I would say. For masculines, we have King of Pentacles clarified by Wheel of Fortune, or here it's called the Wheel of the Year. Yeah, masculines are looking at the way they've been building their success in society so far, how much they've been skated by, I'm hearing. Like a lot of times they actually had a lot of luck on their side, and they understand that other people who have put in just as much work, or maybe even more than them, haven't had the success. So this is the time, I would say, to be grateful, to show gratitude towards everything that's been accomplished so far. Even if down the line you decided that it's not really for me, I'm gonna do something else, right? But you still had that energy work for you and bring you abundance, reputation, whatever it is, right? Now it's like it's coming full circle, I'm hearing, right? But there's definitely divine intervention, and I feel like part of the magic that it's gonna do in the present and the future is acknowledging it's present in the past, right? Like this is the divine essentially doing their part, right? Not necessarily just you being a superhuman and just accomplishing everything without necessarily doing like all the due diligence in terms of like learning for many years, or having a superpower skills, or whatever it is, right? Maybe like there's partly that, but there's also partly of this divine help of being in the right place at the right time. That was crucial, right? It's very important to acknowledge, and that's how you will get that wheel rolling and helping you in the current situation, or in the near future situation. Additional question, Queen of Swords clarified by Page of Cups. So keep seeing the Page of Cups, but I like it, especially in this deck, right? To me, it's a very innocent card, and I feel like it balances out the tough, the serious Queen of Swords that doesn't take any BS, that's all about like, I care about the truth, give me the facts, Tell me exactly what happened. I don't care whether you meant it or not. Don't care what were the feelings at that time, what special circumstances. Just give me the facts. What exactly happened? Page of Cups is on the contrary. It's a very innocent energy. It's very much, oh, I mean, like, look at this beautiful world, beautiful day. You know, I want to be happy. I want to acknowledge everything that's beautiful and wonderful in my life, right? And just bathe in that joy. And a lot of times it's important to find that middle ground where we can find joy in something very serious and the other way around. Understand the seriousness of joyful, playful moments. By seriousness, I mean like the deeper meaning, the value, and how much it's actually impacting your life on like major levels, or you know, in the main areas of your life. What do feminines need to know about it? Three of Swords clarified by Ace of Wands. Yeah, feminines right now are working on softening their heart, of mending broken parts, putting themselves together and rediscovering their passion, right? Being able to really connect to it without feeling like, oh, this has never worked for me before, or I don't know, I feel like I need to be more practical now. You know, like feeling more safe to go into that space of just following the vibe, just being in the moment, and we'll see where it gets us without necessarily knowing what it is. What do masculines need to know about it? Wow, there's also Three of Swords, Three of Pentacles, and Three of Swords. Masculines are also working on mending their heart right now, so they can be more open-minded. But for them, it's more about collaboration and what is the area of life that they're directing their energy into and how do they use it, right? It's almost like if you've been a locksmith all your life or up till now, and for somehow I'm getting that example, so I guess it's relevant for some people. And now you're like, you realize that, or somebody tells you you're supposed to teach other people how to do it. Like you have this talent, you have this craft, right? And your path is not just to be able to help people like directly with your hands, but actually be a master teacher, actually be able, and you know, when they hear you talk about your craft, then they get carried away into a different reality, and it's like, wow, I could listen to this all day, even if I'm not even close to being a locksmith and I don't care about the details. But the way you present it is so special, and this is for the masculines to start seeing these gifts and this beauty within, right? And it's gonna help mend the heart for sure from previous upsets. How are the feminine seeing the connection at this time? Three of Wands. Look at all the threes in this deck. Wow. So twins are really creating the blueprint, and I feel like that's been a topic going into this 11/11 portal, that we are really putting together that roadmap of what the union life would be like for us. Life in union, I mean. Three of Wands clarified by the Star. Yeah, so it's like wishing upon a star. It's again about manifestation, and feminine knows that there is part of the manifestation that they're supposed to do. There's also divine guidance and help, quite literally guidance with the star, right? Like giving the direction in which to go with this. So it's all about being patient and following through and being diligent and consistent with keeping on the journey. And that's not the only way, that's the best way to get results. Consistent action, consistent results. And it may not seem like it's a huge deal if you take like a week or maybe even a month, but if you compare that to like maybe on a yearly scale with someone who maybe didn't do it this way, but they just jumped on like some big things, or their transformation happens when they hit some kind of big shocking event, some kind of tower moment, right? Like if you compare the two, you will see that the person who seemingly makes slower progress day by day, in a year time will be a lot further on the journey, just because they kept to it, right? It's a lot of times it's in the little details, right? That's also what works to reframe your mindset and to rewire your brain, which is an important part of healing deep wounds, right? And that kind of trauma that your brain suppressed a long time ago, and you may not even remember about it, right? Like, imagine if it's so deep, you can't really just discover like the origin and be like, okay, now it's done, now it's healed, right? And I felt through it, it's already done. No, it takes work. And the deeper the wound, the more time of repetitive action it takes, repetitive, diligent action for it to be healed. Otherwise, it's only gonna resurface. How the masculine see in the connection? Four of Swords clarified by Page of Wands, another page. So masculines are clearly feeling weak right now, right? There's a lot of, especially when it comes to the feminine. We saw that yesterday partly, where they feel like they don't really match up, right? Actually in a few readings recently. But yeah, it's the occasion for them to take a break, to reset, to understand where they need to grow, you know, in terms of maturity, in terms of general life outlook and their lifestyle, right? To see where those gaps could be, right? Like, because you need to have that vision of what you aspire to understand what is outstanding for me to do now, from where I am to where I want to be. And that's the work that masculines are doing while taking some rest, taking a break. Okay, I hope this was useful for you guys. Sorry for another long read, but you know, I keep it free flow, so if it happens, it happens. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. It really helps to circulate these videos. Haven't been very lucky with the views lately, so I really would appreciate any comments, likes, shares, and subscriptions, of course. I love you all, and until next time.